Okay, thank you so much for meeting and allowing me to videotape our conversation. So, as you guys know, your teacher is being considered for a teaching award. We've gathered a lot of information about Miss McIntosh, including videos of her teaching, lesson plans, examples of her tests, and lots of other items. So, at this point, we're interested in getting feedback from the people who know her the best, okay, which are you guys, her students. So we hope by hearing from her, from you, we'll be able to gain a deeper understanding about the kind of teacher Miss McIntosh is and what Miss McIntosh cares about. So we're just going to start off by, I want you guys to introduce yourselves. So start off with you. Tell me like what your names are and what grade you're in.
I'm Stephanie Rodriguez and I'm in 4th grade.
Okay.
I'm Bessie Romero and I'm in 4th grade.
Okay. So, how would you describe the class and what does it feel like? Go ahead, Stephanie.
Well, when I'm in the classroom, I would do my best, and if other classmates see me like the right thing, I would say they would do the right thing, because every time Miss McIntosh leaves the room is quiet and they're doing the right thing. So I would say they're excellent.
Okay, all right. How about you?
This classroom is actually the best classroom I've been in, because this classroom helps me very much, because all my classmates, all the culture shifters in this classroom, and all the friends I have are here to go to college, be what they want to be, if they want to be a doctor, if they want to be an architect, if they want to just go to college, live their life, and then just do whatever they want. But for me, this classroom means for me to just pass this classroom and just be the one I want to be, because here there's many posters, many things in these classrooms that make me happy and know that I could pass any test, just knock it out the water. And these are one of the posters that my classmates or my teacher put. And these are, one of them are just keep swimming to your goal, Dogan Dolphins. And this is from one of the culture shifters called Carmen. And being a culture shifter means when you have advocacy, good academics, and good behavior. And I think Carmen has all of it, and also Miss McIntosh when she did a poster. If not you, then who? Mostly that means to me when if you're not gonna do it, then who is? So you gotta do it so you could go where you want to go. And the next poster is my knowledge goes like a plant. And for me, that seems like you're a plant, and you just can't have a little bit knowledge. The water is like your classmates, the sun is like your teacher, and you're the plant, and you have to grow. And the next one is being a culture shifter. It's like being a transformer, and you are only one that can do it. You are made to do.
All right. Okay. And so the next question is, what do you want? What do you want to be true for your future? And how does this class and your teacher help you get there, Stephanie?
Well, where I want to go is where where I could be who I can be, and like spread everywhere that's like good, a good person, and that would mean everybody would do the same and be who they are instead of being somebody else. As like that would remind me and Bessie are doing like a DSOD, and we're doing everything we can to make everybody believe that it would be wrong, because it would kill us, and we would want to live as long as we can. And also, we could be culture shifters around the world, and everybody will do the same.
Okay. How would you like what do you want to be true for your future, and how does this class and your teacher help you get there?
What I want to be true in my future is architect. And if you're wondering what architect is, an architect is when you build buildings, which I know there's more than just one architect. So what I want to do is just be an architect that builds buildings and help people make churches, school. Cause in this school, Dogan, this school didn't just came here just in Christmas. It came here by an culture shifter, a culture shifter that has good advocacy, good academics, good behavior, and it was a good culture shifter, and it built this building, and everything in this classroom that helps me to be that person is when everything, single thing we learn, every single thing that helps us push further. And one of those things is my teacher, Miss McIntosh. When she knows that we need help, she pushes up and makes sure we get it 10 times better than we already were. And all these posters, all these things are just here to help us, to push us further. And whatever you do, whatever things you do, every mistake you do, you can make it up, you can make it better. And this class is the one.
Oh, that's good. Okay, Stephanie, do you want to add more to that, or because I see you with your hand out. Anything that you want to say?
No.
Okay. So if we asked your teacher, Miss McIntosh, what she wanted to be true for you in the future, what do you think she would say?
I would say she would want us to be like how we are today, not be like the other persons that follow others. Like what I mean, if we're right now being someone who you want to be, then there's another person who is like a bully. That's not what you want to be. So I say you want to follow your dreams, who you really want to be, instead of somebody else.
Okay. How about you?
For me, like everything in this classroom, as I told you, is wonderful. But if we ask Miss McIntosh what I want, what we want in the future, I would say she wants us to be who we really are and who we want to be. And because if you just let your dreams go, then you're letting everything go. You're letting being a culture shifter go. You're letting your future go. You're letting everything you thought you could reach go. And here in this classroom, she knows we can do it. So if we ever make a mistake or a bad grade in a test, she knows that we can make it up and go it higher. And everything she wants us to be is being a culture shifter on the way to college, be what we want to be a doctor, be an architect, be a person that is a culture shifter, and also the person that can do what they want to do and know they can do it.
So what are your goals in this class?
My goal is to go in 80% or higher, and I think I'm reaching it because for what I am doing is studying at home, and I'm keep getting like hundreds. So I'm saying I'm growing, and I want to keep studying to go to the next grade instead of flunking.
Okay. How about you? So what are your goals?
My goals in this classroom is just passing fourth grade and keeping all the memories that I did in fourth grade and keep them and do all the other grades I have passed, pre-K, kinder, first grade, second grade, third grade, all those years that I passed. Because I didn't just come to the school to just give up because it's too hard. I came because I knew that I had a wish, and the wish was to pass fourth grade, pass all those grades. Even though it's too hard for me, I'll just keep on trying, keep those memories from all those years that I learned, and just to keep with it and just move along.
Okay. So, what would you say is the most important? What do you think is the most important thing to Mrs. McIntosh?
The most important thing to Miss McIntosh's to me is that we we keep on going where we really wish to do, and what I say is that she keeps on pushing us until we can decide. We either go to college or out of school, but what I say, I would go to college because Miss McIntosh teaches me a lot, and that encourages me to go to college.
Okay. How do you know this is the most important thing to Mrs. McIntosh? Going to college. How do you know?
Because um, whenever we go in groups, sometimes she talks a little bit of college and she encourages me to go to college, and I would be the best student in college because I would keep on studying and never give up.
Okay. So, what do you think is the most important thing to Miss McIntosh, and how do you know that?
Of course, the important thing of Miss McIntosh is us and going to our future jobs and whatever we want to be. Mostly, it's just going to college and getting out of college, and just if you want to go keep going to school, you go to school. And mostly, what she wants us to do is at least pass college and go to her dream job. Mostly, I know this is important to her because mostly all she talks about is passing fourth grade, passing fifth grade, and all those other grades. So we go to college, and mostly here in the back of the Kingdom table, she went to college to University of Florida, and is if you want to go to college, you have to know your knowledge, and everything back here is what she learned in college, and she keeps the memories. Even though she's a great teacher, she keeps going to school, and she's a great teacher. She still keeps all those memories, and that that is very important to me too because I know she cares all about all of us, especially Stephanie, Carmen, and all my other classmates and my friends. Because mostly Miss McIntosh, the only thing that's important to her is every student she had and every student she will have.
Okay. So, why do you work so hard in class?
I work so hard in class because if I work hard in class, I would go to the next grade and keep on going to college, and I would graduate. I would be holding a diploma in my hand, and that is what I want. And my wish is to go to college and have a job, and my job is to be a teacher, like Miss McIntosh. I will teach my students everything Miss McIntosh taught me, and I will keep every single memory about Miss McIntosh because she pushed me, and I will always remember that she's the one that made me go to college and encouraged me to go to college.
Okay. So, how about you? Why do you work so hard in this class?
I work so hard in this class because if I push to the next level that's way overflow of my learning, then I could fulfill my dreams of being a culture shifter, being the person Miss McIntosh is right now and will always be. And if I ever succeed my dream of going to college and being a culture shifter and an architect, I'll be very happy. And I know as much as I would be happy, Miss McIntosh will be happy, everyone in this class would be happy. And if I even work to push to my next level where I could just succeed and go to college, that would be mean much to me and mean much to anyone that's in part of my family or anyone in part of my family in this classroom.
Okay. So, how does your teacher see you as a leader, and what responsibilities does she encourage you to take on?
Well, I would say I am a leader because my behavior tells me that, and how I act is like whenever there's some like a missing place, I will try to tell Miss McIntosh to tell and take me for can I stay for auxiliary and help her clean up her classroom, or if she has some if she needs something, I would help her with it. And I would say mostly she she sometimes needs help, and I would behave well in every single class I have, and I will never give up on how I am now because that's who I am, and I will never change that.
Okay. How does your teacher see you? How does Miss McIntosh see you as a leader, and what responsibilities does she encourage you to take on?
Well, Miss McIntosh knows I'm a leader because it's not only because I get good grades in this class, it's because for me to pass this grade, I need to be a culture shifter and be what she wants me to be and who I want to be. So if I take responsibilities and challenging myself, I'll mostly get close to being a culture shifter as much as Miss McIntosh did when she was about my age in fourth grade as well. She would push herself, she would push us, she would push any other classmates that need her help very much. And any responsibilities I need to push even though it's easy for me, I need to push for other classmates too.
So, how have you changed from the beginning of the school year until now?
I have changed from the beginning of the school year by when I was like in first grade. I didn't have very good grades, but I tried my best. When but until I came to fourth grade, I saw Miss McIntosh how she pushed me, and I just started to study, and then I started to get hundreds or 80% or higher than that. So I would say I changed a lot, and I grew than I was in first grade or second grade.
Okay. So, how have you changed from the beginning of your school year until now?
I have changed is, well, in other grades, like in first grade and third grade, I mostly had good grades, but in the beginning of the school years, for fourth grade, in the beginning of school years, I didn't really have my good grades because from last year, that didn't really change anything. But when I met Miss McIntosh and Miss Fraser, my writing teacher, they helped me develop my mind, and all this learning she helped me do, comparing fractions, doing adding decimals, subtracting decimals, and rounding, all these stuff, place values, and being a culture shifter made me develop my mind and said, I can do this. I can just use my mind as a tool and use it and just because your mind doesn't run out of battery anytime. It's your body, and without your mind, you're just a shell of a human. Because if you don't have your mind, then you won't get a job. If you don't have a job, you won't get money. If you don't have money, then you have no idea to survive in this world. Because everything you do, every step you take from the outside world to the inside world in school, nothing changes. You learn every single day. If there was trouble, you have to problem solve. You have to do all these things because there's nothing different about school or outside world because this class helps me much. And if I ever pass fourth grade, I can change and use these posters to help me and all these stuff. Because as Miss McIntosh said, being a culture shifter is like being a transformer. You come to this little car, to this big robot. It's just like us when we don't have much to know. We're little, and then we just transform when we just get to bigger grades.
So, what are the most important things you've learned this year?
One of the important things I learned this year is really about culture shifters. At first, I didn't know what Miss McIntosh was talking about culture shifters, so I decided I listened to what she was talking about culture shifters. When I learned everything about culture shifters, I decided I will be one of the culture shifters who will be the only. I will show everybody in the school what is a culture shifter, and that is what I will be advocating in my life until I can go to college and get a diploma.
Okay, and about you, what are the most important things you've learned this year?
The most important things I learned this year is mostly the same thing about culture shifting, because mostly culture shifting is not just a word that you hear every day. Culture shifting, you don't hear culture shifting in first grade, second grade, or third grade. You never hear it. It's only in this classroom, because this classroom is a special classroom that I learned so many stuff. Every fourth grade classroom you learn about adding decimals and subtracting decimals and division and subtraction. You always will learn that in fourth grade, but one thing that is different in this classroom that you will never have in any fourth grade classroom is Miss McIntosh and our friends in here. You'll never have these kind of people in every fourth grade class. You won't have Miss McIntosh. You won't always have culture shifting in your classroom. It's different. This class is different. How to be successful from Carmen, it's just different. You won't have Carmen in your classroom. You won't have Miss McIntosh in your classroom. You won't have culture shift in your classroom. You won't have anything, and this classroom is really special.
Okay. So, what do you see for yourself? What do you see yourself doing in the future, either later on in your education or as an adult?
Later on, what I see as myself is somebody who will keep on doing education, because once I have a diploma, I would keep on going to school to earn money. I won't just stop and find a job that quick. I would go to another school that can also help me and get more money.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So I would not slack around like other people who don't have a job or have an education. I would keep on going and pushing myself until I can be someone who can believe in myself, and instead of slacking off like other people who just don't get it.
Okay. What do you see for yourself doing in the future, and either later or in your education or as an adult?
For me, I see myself in the future in education is already in college and already standing in that stage, holding my diploma and being happy, having a big giant smile, and having my diploma and having those memories for me. But if I was an adult, I'll see myself already sleeping late, making buildings, and living my dream job, being a culture shifter and also being an architect. I would see myself like that in an adult, and even though it will be time for me to just sleep late, I will push myself to the next level to make sure I get everything right and they could hire me.
Okay. So, what would you do if you experienced setbacks that challenge your ability to achieve your future goals?
Well, I would actually do my best because if I ever get nervous of something that I can't do, all I would do is calm myself down and see myself as like I am achieving what I wanted to achieve and never stop to keep on achieving it. If I already achieved something, I'll go to another challenge and achieve myself. I would test myself and I would do anything I can until I accomplish everything I always wanted.
How about you? What would you do if you experienced setbacks that challenged your ability to achieve your future goals?
If I ever have setbacks that just let me down, I'll just pick myself up and just do my best and just take myself to the next level. And if it ever brings me down again, I'll just challenge it even more to see if I could trick that as well as it tricked me. Because the only thing that will step me back, if nothing will actually step me back, because every single word Miss McIntosh told us, every single thing she taught us, it won't it will let me go through. It will lead me to that right door that help me go to my future. That door will lead me to my dream job, to what I want to be, because nothing will stop me from making that choice.
Okay, so how do you think you'll do in school next year when you have a different teacher? What do you think it will be like?
Well, it'll be like great because if my other teacher is not Miss McIntosh, I would think that is Miss McIntosh again, trying to push me to the other grade, and I will keep on thinking of that. If I feel uncomfortable with another teacher, I would just think about Miss McIntosh to help me, and I would do anything I can to help myself to the next grade. If I can't do it, then I'll try my best and study more than I usually do.
Oh, okay. How about you? How do you think you're going to do next school next year when you have a different teacher? What do you
Actually,
think it's going to be like?
actually, I think it's going to be great because everything Miss McIntosh taught us is not going to be different. The only thing that's different, actually, nothing's going to be different because I still have all those memories with Miss McIntosh of being a culture shifter and all that stuff she taught us about all the projects we did, and all the stuff we tried to do, and all the grades I got in this level. It won't change because I still remember all that stuff. I still remember what she taught us in the beginning of the school year. It's nothing new. The only thing we're gonna learn is something new, and then we'll just keep that in our mind, and also everything that's old. Actually, everything that's old is still fresh in your mind. Because if you forget it, then you're actually gonna get a step back because mostly you have to remember all this stuff. You have to keep it fresh in your mind. Just because it was last year doesn't mean it should be old in your mind. It should be fresh. It should be new because every grade level will have that exact thing. Even in the outside world, it will have it.
Hmm. So, is there anything else you want to say about Miss McIntosh as a teacher?
Well, I think she's the greatest teacher I've ever had because she teaches me a lot, and I will never forget that she's the best teacher I have ever had, and I will always remember that she was the only teacher that I would always wish for.
How about you? Is there anything else you want to say about Miss McIntosh as a teacher?
Actually, I know one thing about Miss McIntosh. one thing I want to add about Miss McIntosh, mostly if I ever forget about Miss McIntosh, well, it won't happen. If I ever do, actually, Miss McIntosh is a wonderful teacher. This grade is not over yet because Miss McIntosh, she keeps her memories. So if she keeps her memories about us, I'll keep her memories about her. And everything about her is wonderful, and she keeps that white smile. She always smiles in the classroom. She always nice. She teaches about stuff our parents taught us, and everything she taught us is that we get pumped up every day, and if there's nothing old about Miss McIntosh because everything she taught us is fresh, is new. Maybe she taught us old stuff, but we keep it in our mind very well. And Miss McIntosh is a wonderful teacher, and I hope when you get a fourth grade, you have that teacher.
All right. Well, this concludes our interview. You guys did a really good job. It's really nice talking to you guys about Miss McIntosh. I'm sure she's going to be very proud. So that's it.
Hi. This is the fourth grade saying goodbye to you. Say bye, Missy.
Bye.
And what else? Did I keep a little bit about Miss McIntosh?
Sure.
Okay. Well, the
We
teacher
can
is-
add a little bit more.
Yes. So, Miss McIntosh, if you're seeing us right now, we want to tell you that you're the greatest teacher we would ever wish for.
Yeah, and you're a great teacher, and actually every word you say, it will be fresh in my mind, Miss McIntosh.
For me, you're the best culture shifter I have ever met, and I would always keep you in my mind because
Everything you taught us is about culture shifting and all that stuff. Okay, bye.